All right, Shalom. Call Elohim La Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bashim Wahava Chakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well for teaching me the truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect. All right, to you brothers out there across the globe pushing this truth with all righteousness and sincerity. Shalom to you, peace, sincere sisters who hearken as well. All right, peace, love, and blessings. Chaya here back with another video, and then I'm gonna make this real quick through the spirit. All right, war talk, man. Okay, signs of the times. So I just watched this whole video. All right, it says Biden sends a careful but chilling message to Putin. All right, and this was posted from CNN. Okay, so I'm gonna play a little bit of the clip, and then we're gonna get into some scriptures.
For Putin's next move, it's his continued threat of nuclear war that has President Biden doubling down on a chilling warning in an exclusive interview with CNN.
He, in fact, cannot continue with impunity to talk about the use of a tactical nuclear weapon as if that's a rational thing to do. The mistakes get made, and the miscalculation could occur. No one can be sure what would happen, and it could end in Armageddon.
So for those of you who know, those of you in the know right now, I believe it was sometime last week, Joe Biden said something along the lines of, Putin's talk of nuclear war, it could end in Armageddon. You know what I'm saying? Like the way these nations, like the Kim Jong-uns, the Vladimir Putins, China, and all of the rest of the leaders of these nations are fashioning themselves. All right, they're getting ready for World War III. Okay, so they're not just creating these hypersonic missiles, these underwater nuclear submarines, and so on and so forth. These fighter jets. They're not creating all of these things just to showcase them. Okay, there's about to be a third world war. All right, the scriptures talk about it. But before I get into that, like I said, sometime last week, Joe Biden, basically said the same thing. You know what I'm saying? He keeps using the word Armageddon, Armageddon, Armageddon. Okay? And the word Armageddon goes back to the Hebrew word. I'm going to just briefly go over it. All right? The word Armageddon goes back to the Hebrew word Amagadwan. All right? Amagadwan, which means mountain of troops. Okay? The word Gad, like the tribe of Gad or God, all right, it means troop. Okay? And those troops is talking about what? It's talking about soldiers, man, mighty men from these other nations. All right. And if you want to know more about that, you could go into the book of Joel. All right. The 3rd chapter, which I'll go ahead and get a little bit of that because I got to come back in here anyway. So this is Joel 3 and 9. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Yeah, the mighty men. It's talking about these soldiers, these troops. Okay. American, Russian, Ukraine, Afghani, all right, Chinese, Japanese, all of them, all right, all of these mighty men, these soldiers are in the armies, okay, these strong men, all right, these strong men, they're about to go to war, okay. Let me jump down. I really just like this whole chapter is really heavy, but I just want to get to the point. I'm not trying to make this too long. Verse 12. Joel 3 and 12, it says, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. All right, so Jehoshaphat is synonymous with Armageddon. Okay, Jehoshaphat goes back to the Hebrew word Yahweh Shaphat, which means Yahweh judges or Yahweh's judgment. Okay, and that's going to take place in the end times, in the latter days, really all over the world. It's a world war, but the main site where it's going to take place is in the land of Israel, which is our land, all right, of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, all of these nations are going to be, fighting over that land because they think they're worthy enough to be there and to rule. Okay, Esau, Edom is coming out of power. The red man of the planet, the so-called Jews, okay, they're coming out of power, man, and all of their seed and generations, they're about to come out of power. Okay. So what Biden basically said in this clip, he said, what Putin did, in attacking Ukraine, as a rational leader, he made an irrational move. It's basically what he's saying, because now Putin, with the help of America supplying Ukraine, with a bunch of military personnel and troops and all of those things, okay, supplying Ukraine, troop is starting to get outleagued and outran, by Ukraine and American troops and so on and so forth. Okay. And there's an article talking about that. I wanted to go into that real quick. So let me go back up to the top. It says Putin faces limits of his military power as Ukraine recaptures land. All right, it says Russia's leader is betting an impending infusion of drafted troops can change the dynamic on the battlefield in Ukraine, but he is losing time as Ukraine's counteroffensive advances. All right, and that's really the point on that. Yeah, Ukraine is taking over right now. It says Russian President Vladimir Putin is betting. Oh well, that's basically in the synopsis above. It says, so I'll just start here. It says, but analysts say he is losing time as his military operation succumbs further to Ukrainian advances and shows signs that it needs more than just raw personnel to regain the initiative. All right, so his troops are being overrun. Okay. It says, and written in, as we always put out, first and foremost, the Heavenly Father's orchestrating all of this, man. Okay. It's not time for Vladimir Putin to attack the U.S. because that's exactly what he wants to do. That's what he's aiming for. Okay. This ain't nothing but a precursor of things to come in the near future. It could be next year. It could be 2 years. It could be 5 years from now. Either way, it's not far off. We're living in the end times, man. Okay. It says, well, yeah, that was pretty much the point on that. So, yeah, basically, Vladimir Putin, he's basically losing losing his truth. He's basically losing this war, to Ukraine and the U.S., and Biden is telling him that. But again, all of this is facilitated by the Heavenly Father, man. Okay, but this is just a precursor of things to come. This is a foreshadowing. All right, this is the beginning of World War III, man. All right, that's about to take place. But before that, many of the prophecies have to come to pass. But we don't have that much left. Thankfully, Barakatah Yahweh Shemi Hawashah. All right, so let's go get some scriptures, man. I'm gonna start this. Matter of fact, Proverbs. I'm gonna start with this. Proverbs 21:1. It says, "The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, Yahweh, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will." Okay, so there's no such thing as free will. Okay, because the scriptures tell you in the New Testament who have resisted his will, talking about the Heavenly Father. So the Heavenly Father is putting a spirit on all of the leaders of these nations. Okay. To amp up their war gear, man, and amp up this war talk, okay, to get nice and ready for what? I'm a God one, the mountain of troops, man. All right, for Jehoshaphat, the valley of Yahweh's judgment. Okay, all of this is literally about to happen. Okay, but going back to the point, the Most High is orchestrating all of these leaders to, boast in their military might and all of these other things, man. All right. Solely for that reason. Okay. A translation of power is about to happen before our very eyes. And it's going to happen in our lifetime. The Lord is about to, make his name great in the earth again, as it was in the days of old. All right. As it were in the day of old, man. In the days of old. Okay. So Yahweh Shemi Hawashah is basically, making Putin, back down. He's humbling him right now because he's losing troops. He's losing this war right now, this current war to Ukraine in the U.S. All right, so Yahweh Shemi Hawashah is making him back down and recalibrate, and in that recalibration, he's gonna come back with another mindset again, gonna be from the Heavenly Father, okay. And on whatever happens in the near future, man. Whatever happens. All right. But that was the point on that. Let me go ahead and get this in the book of Joel. Joel chapter 2, verse 7. It says, they shall run like mighty men. Okay. And this is basically talking about Biden's point, on Vladimir Putin, making nuclear threats. Biden was basically saying, he's not quote unquote being wise, making these nuclear threats. And he's not being rational and talking about it because it's going to get the people shook up. Well, good. The people need to be shook up because what? These people take the scriptures, take this lifetime for a joke and still want to murk that up. And again, these guys, they're doing the work of the Lord just, on the left-hand side. Okay, they're doing the work of the Lord on the left-hand side. That's good that Vladimir Putin is talking about, a nuclear outburst, man. Okay, and these scriptures right here that I'm getting into is talking about the intercontinental ballistic missiles. It says they shall run like mighty men, they shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march every one on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks. Okay, because when this third world war happened, there is going to be no accidents. There is going to be no oops, I accidentally pushed the button, whatever the case, so on and so forth. No, everything is going to be the Lord's will, man. All right, everything is going to be Yahweh Shai's will. All right, and that's when the real destruction come. All right, these scriptures is talking about the ICBMs, because this is the day that we look forward to striking this place, America. All right, as we know, it's Babylon, Sodom and Gomorrah, Egypt, and other names according to the Bible. All right, and Lord's willing, we those men, starting with the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, we're going to be in the chariots watching all of this go down, man. Okay, it says, and they shall not break their ranks. Yeah, these intercontinental ballistic missiles, they will not miss their marks, man. Verse 8, Joel 2 and 8. Neither shall one thrust another, they shall walk every one in his path, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. All right, yeah, man, yeah, they're not going to be wounded. Meaning what? They're going to hit their mark. All right, they're going to strike the places with accuracy and precision, 100 and something percent. Okay. Verse 9, they shall run to and fro in the city, they shall run upon the wall, they shall climb up upon the houses, they shall enter in at the windows like a thief. Okay, and that's how these intercontinental ballistic missiles are going to hit, like a thief, because it's going to catch a lot of people off guard. That's why the scriptures say that. A lot of people aren't looking for ICBMs. They're not looking for nukes. All right, they're not looking for martial law. They're not looking for Armageddon. All right, verse 10, and this is how it's talking about the ICBMs. It says, the earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall Salaka. This sounded kind of weird when I said that. There's a little slip. It says, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. All right. Yeah, and the stars shall withdraw their shining, meaning what? It's going to be dark. All right, and full of destruction out here. A bunch of, cloudy smoke. It's going to be hell out here, man. That's the day of the Lord pursuing the Amos, the 5th chapter. Amos 5 and I believe it starts at 18 or 20. Around there, but it's around there. But Amos, the 5th chapter. All right, woe to you that desire the day of the Lord. All right. Verse 11, it says, and the Lord Yahweh shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great. For he is strong that executeth his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible. And who can abide it? Yeah, who can withstand the day of the Lord? All right, that would be a good precept for Amos 5. And like I said, I believe it's 20 or 21. It's around there, But yeah, man, the day of the Lord is great and very terrible, man. Okay, woe to you that desire that day. All right, because you don't know if you getting saved. We don't even know if we're getting saved. We're just hoping. We haven't been chosen to do the work. We've been called. We're hoping to be chosen to be the prophets of the days of old. All right, but that was the point on that. I'll get this one real quick, just for the sake of edification. Revelation 11 and 14. It says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. All right, the second woe is past. Talking about World War II. All right, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Yeah, because that word woe means death and destruction. It's synonymous with death and destruction. Okay, so the third woe is talking about World War III, and it's on its way, because World War II wasn't that long ago. Do your research. All right. Now I'm gonna get this and I'm gonna close out through the Spirit. All right. Okay, even the apostles in the time of the New Testament, all right, they knew about the end times, man. They knew what the end would look like. All right. This is the book of 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10. It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. There goes that thief in the night again. Ain't nobody gonna be the wicked, rather I should say, to be more specific, the wicked of our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, will not be looking for the Lord in that day. Okay? In the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. All right, intercontinental ballistic missiles, like just blowing up and booming on this place, man. It says, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Okay? So because it's gonna be a great fire out here. Okay? The scriptures talk about a sea of glass mingled with fire. Again, talking about when the elect, Lord's willing, we are those men. When we're in the chariots, okay, we're gonna be, viewing the whole world get blown up, man. All right, these nations get blown up. Okay? It says, not to the point of, complete oblivion, all right, because the scriptures say the earth abideth forever, all right, but talking about these countries, okay, and these nations of people that's going to war with each other and the wicked. It says, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? Yeah, what's our conduct supposed to be, knowing that these things are about to come to pass? Okay? And our conduct, our conversation is supposed to be holy. It's supposed to be separate from the world. It's supposed to be in utter righteousness, man. Okay? It's supposed to be in it's like, I mean to say utter, because we can't be completely righteous on the side, but, we're striving for righteousness, man. Okay? We're supposed to be watching for the thief, looking at the prophecies. Verse 12, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Okay? Yeah, man, and this is exactly what's gonna happen. And there ain't really no need to, break that down, because it breaks itself down. All right? This place is gonna pass away with fervent heat. America's gonna get scorched badly, man. Okay? Verse 13, and I'll close out here. It says, nevertheless, we, according to his promise, talking about the Heavenly Father, all right, through Yahushai, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. And that's exactly what the elect are supposed to be looking for. That's why we do videos. That's why we be brotherly. That's why we, fall in order. Okay, that's why we fall in line and do everything that we're supposed to do. Because we look for the new heavens and the new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. And we want to be able to rule, okay, rule in that righteousness alongside Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Okay? We want to be able to rule alongside, our big brother, man. All right? But hey, the work has to be done first. So hey, I can continue to hasten in the day. All right? Shalom.